Lakshmi Sharanam Prabhadye Shriman Venkatanatharya Kavitaki Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo me Samidattam Sadagridi Sri Rangesh Yadindina Karunaya Asosyati Prekshidam Kyada Sri Narasimhagari Yamanit Padam Mujindindiram Dantik Shandadayadi Perisubhagunir Bandam Budagresharam Srimatranga Shadari Yoginapadim Sri Yonitim Samsriye Srimat Sri Ranga Prithvishara Shadaripunasame Mindena Deshtam Yastyatmanandasame Naragari Sadajit Yogine Prasadate Prajna Sri Rangakari Prabho Yadipateke Praptalakshmina Sammastanam Seve Yatindram Sakalagunamidim Viragvi Shadarim Sri Ranganada Shadakopi Dindra Deshtam Lakshmina Sammasarajit Karunaika Bhatram Sri Ranga Viragurachopagridyam Vedanta Deshigidindrabham Prabhadye Srimatranga Shadar Samavaralaptagamandadvayam Srimat Viraguttakatha Sadajit Padar Vindashyam Srimat Vedapatam Sadesigade Karunya Vikshaspadam Seve Rangadurina Sasanavasam Narayanam Yoginam Vedanta Desigidindrakadakshlabda Triyanta Saravanavadyam Gunam Budagvyam Narayanati Turyagrbapshiktam Sri Ranganadi Shekhramasriya Shivadesi Lakshmi Samadhya Padaka Shiva Shivan Shropi Narayana Itindra Mahadeshikaya Namaha Shivade Shivan Shropi Sri Ranganati Itindra Mahadeshikaya Namaha. How are you guys are doing? Doing good? Everybody?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Very good, very good.
Really good.
Had a good Dwadasi today? Yeah, today is Dwadasi.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not just Dwadasi, it's Vaikunta Dwadasi. You're on mute, Aryan.
Sorry, it's Vaikunta Dwadasi. It's yesterday is Vaikunta Ekadasi and today is Dwadasi. And today is also means not only Dwadasi, it's also means in Adhyena Uthsavam, right? In Adhyena Uthsavam in Sri Rangam and every Divya Desam, today is the day where the second day of Uthsavam, right? The Ekadashi is the first day of the Adhyena Uthsavam. The second day of Adhyena Uthsavam, that is the Rapat Uthsavam, starts today, right? Today starts the Rapat Uthsavam. Okay, but today we are going to continue to give me a second. Okay. We are going to continue to talk about the Uthsavams. Last time we talked about many Uthsavams, right? The one that we left at that time was Swami Deshikan's Satamarai, right? Swami Deshikan's Satamarai is that. When is that, guys? Usually, when is Swami Deshikan's Satamarai? You all know that. Swami Deshikan's Satamarai is Puratashi Shravanam. Excellent. Puratashi Shravanam is the time, just continue. Puratashi Shravanam is the day. Let me just go here. There you go. Puratashi Shravanam day is the Swami Deshikan's Satamarai. And the Satamarais, before we get into Swami Deshikan's Satamarai, I want to talk about a couple of Uthsavams, few Uthsavams, and then we will go to Swami Deshikan's Satamarai. We talked about, remember, Jiyapura Uthsavam before, right? Jiyapura Uthsavam, Perumal still goes there and then has Kirai, spinach, and then Dadyonam because of that party who used to live there, right? We remember that story, right? So, like that, every temple has its own very unique Uthsavams. They have their own significance behind that. And every Uthsavam shows something. That is, Perumal is not somewhere just in Vaikuntham, and whatever we are seeing here, they are all just idols, they are just Vigrahams, that doesn't have any significance. That is completely an antithesis for our belief, our entire Sanatana Dharma, because what we see here is not an idol, what we see is not a Vigraham, what we see is a deity. We invoke a deity in that, and then we worship the deity, that Bhagavan, in that form. That is how the Sanatana Dharma always thinks about the way we go to the temple. So it is the relationship between you and Perumal and Tayar is very personal. It's very personal, and that is why you have a beautiful form. Every time Perumal comes out, he has a different alankaram, a different Sauthabadi, because he is just talking to you. He's so personal to you. however you want to put whatever the alankaram that you think appropriate, you could do that one. When I say you, that means our ancestors thought these are the best things can be done. And during these, in all the Divya Desams, there are many Uthsavams that are very unique. First, let's go to the kind of Uthsavams that, remember last time I talked about, Masa Uthsavam. Masa Uthsavams are, the Panchaparva Uthsavam. Remember, I talked about the Panchaparva Uthsavams, which 5 Parvas, that is Amavasai, the Sankramanam, that is the birth of the month, right, solar month, and then the Perumal's Nakshatram and 2 Ekadashis together, they are called Panchaparva Uthsavams because they are done in 5 times in a month. Similarly, every month or every season has a Uthsavam. A seasonal Uthsavam is Vasanta Uthsavam. Vasanta Uthsavam is done in spring season. Kodai Uthsavam, done in springtime. When you go to Srirangam, Perumal does the Kodai Uthsavam. With the Kodai Uthsavam, Perumal will be fully have a shawl made with flowers. We saw that also last time, right? So Perumal has, on the time of the year, Perumal has a lot of Uthsavams. One such Uthsavam is called Pallava Uthsavam. Pallava Uthsavam is done generally in the month of Panguni or Chittirai. That is a time Pallava Uthsavam. It is not done in every temple. Many temples, especially in Tondai Mandalam Divya Desams, many temples are doing Pallava Uthsavam. Pallavam means, what is the meaning of Pallavam? Means tender leaf. Pallavam means tender leaf. During that time of the year, Perumal has whatever the Sthala Vriksham, that tender leaf will be offered to Perumal on the back side of the Perumal. That is why it's called Pallava Uthsavam, tender leaf. So, what did Perumal says in Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita? Patram Pushpam Phalam Doyam. So you offer me anything, even a small leaf, give it to me, just water, just fruit, anything you offer it with devotion, with pure love, I take it, right? So this is one of those things where Perumal has a Pallavam, that is the very spring tender leaves. Generally, it is mango leaves will go on the backside of Perumal. Perumal will have, and during that time, Perumal will listen to this Sthala Puranam. I mean, Perumal knows the Sthala Puranam. Perumal will be always there, and we will be, all of us will be assembled there, and one person will be reciting the Sthala Puranam of that Perumal, normally done for 7 days. And during that time, every time there will be 7 screens for Perumal, and every time they just do an Harati, and then they will open a screen. What is that significance? That shows Buhu, Buvaha, Suvaha, Mahaha, Janaga, Tapaha, Satyam. These are the 7 lokas or the 7 layers before you go to Paramapadam. So what that signifies is, the significance of that is Perumal is not just in Paramapadam, that the Perumal that you are thinking is beyond Satyalokam, is actually there in our own Sanadi. Here he is in Devadiraja, here he is in Parthasarthi, here he is as Veeraragava, he is there, that Perumal is there. So that Veeraragava Perumal Sanadi also, they have the 7 screens, and they will do a Harati for each and every screen. Every screen replicates or represents, every screen represents a layer or a loka that slowly takes us to Paramapada. So Paramapadam, right? So all these things, Uthsavams are done for the simple fact that the Perumal is not somewhere in Paramapadam and residing there, and he is not with us. He is with us every day, every moment. See, that is why, Tondaradi Pudiyalvar Tirnakshatram is done. When is Tondaradi Pudiyalvar Tirnakshatram? It is this month, right? Margazhi, in the month of Margazhi and Jyeshta Nakshatram, right? Very recently it went, I think. It came. So Tondaradi Pudiyalvar, he said, what did he say? He said, first Pasuram, Adalal Piravi Vendeen, Arangama Nagarulani. Ranganatha, don't give me a birth at all. I don't like this. These people are just everywhere. This entire world looks like a place for so much sadness, so much fight, so much ego. All those things are coming. I don't want a life here. I don't want to take a birth. And then Bhagavan says, okay, you don't want to take a bath? That's fine. Then I have one more place. Come to Paramapadam. And then in the next pasuram, he said, Pachema Malaybol Beni, Pavalavai Kamalachengan, Achuvai Perin, Indira Logamalum, Achuvai Perinum Menden, Arangama Nagarulani. He said, well, Indira Logamalum, Indiran means, the word Indra means leader. The word Indra means the leader or a person who is going to take care of the place. You have a Narendra. Narendra means who is the leader of all the men, right? Nara or men. So the people, people's leader. Suppose if you have a leader, he is called Narendra. Mrigendra. Mrigendra means, Mrigam means the animals. Animals have their own leader. Like lion. Lion is supposed to be the leader of all the Mrigas. Okay, so every clan has a leader. Whereas here, the word is not Narendra or Mrigendra or Surendra. Surendra, Sura means the Devas. So Devendra, that's not the word Alvar used. What did the Alvar use the word? Just the Indra. Indra means the plain leader. The one and only leader for Alvar and everybody is Sriman Narayana. So he is telling everybody, I don't even want that Paramapadam. Perumal was confused. Hare Alvar, there is a huge problem here. I can only give you Paramapadam. I can give you, otherwise I can put you back in the earth, in the Leela Vibhuti. That is called Nitya Vibhuti, always eternally there. This is called Leela Vibhuti. Leela Vibhuti is the one that is, I created for my own just pleasure and having some game here. A Leela means a little bit of playful thing. So that is why I created this world and other planets and around that. So I have only those two places. One, you can come to Paramapadam, that is a Nitya Vibhuti, or you can take birth in Leela Vibhuti, that is this earth. Only two options are there. You said, Adalal Piravi Vendin, you don't want that. And then you said that, I don't want to come to Paramapadam. I have only two. What can I do? And then Alvar looked at him. No, you have a third one. I do? Do I have a third one? What is the third one? He said, Arangama Nagarulane. If at all I want to take a birth, I want to take a birth one and only place, that is called Srirangam. Because Srirangam is neither Nitya Vibhuti nor Leela Vibhuti, neither it is permanent, nor it is not part of anybody in the worldly places. It is on its own, a very unique place. And if at all I take a birth, I take a birth only. I would like to take birth only in Srirangam. And Swami Desika goes even a little bit beyond that. He said, Nirandaram Nirvisadastvadiyam Asprishta Chintam Padamabhirupyam Satyam Shabe Varana Sailanatha. He said, I want to take a pledge. I want to take a promise. I want to take a vow. Perumal says, Varadaraja, Kanchipuram Varadaraja said, Desika, what is that pledge you want to take? What is that vow that you want to take? I want to take Vaikunta Vasebi Name Bilashaka. I do not want Vaikunta Vasam. Devadiraja says, you don't want Vaikunta Vasam? You don't want? Yes, I want to stay in this place, in Kanchipuram itself. I want to have your darshanam every day and day out. I don't want even Paramapadam. If at all I take birth, I would like to take birth only in Kanchipuram so that I can have the Divya Darshanam of you, Devadiraja. I would love to have your Divya Darshanam. Other than that, I don't want anything else. And this is my Satyam for you. So Swami Desika and everybody, Alvar, everybody says that this is the best thing, that is going and seeing Perumal in a temple and then doing Kainkariam to the Perumal and doing seeing Perumal in different alankarams, going to different Divya Desams. These are the greatest experiences. The reason they are saying is because the Perumal has become so personal for you. He looks so nice. He looks so chubby. The little Krishna, whenever he comes to our place, he looks so smiley, right? He looks with a big smile on his face, with a chubby Krishna, with a dancing posture. Whenever he comes, you look like, oh, I want to just go and give him a tight hug, right? That is the experience. All the Alvars and Acharyas, they all have that kind of bhavam or the experience. That is why they say, I don't want to go anywhere else. I just want to stay here and have the darshan of Divya Desams. So one such, Swami Desikan is extremely fond of this Kanchipuram, right? In Sathumarai means what? What is Sathumarai? The grand finale, right? The grand finale. Like whenever an Alvar has a Sathumarai, that is on the day of his Tirnakshatram or Andal's Tirnakshatram. What is Andal's Tirnakshatram?
Adipura.
Adipuram, Tiruvadipuram, right? Tiruvadipuram. Swami Desikan Tirnakshatram is Purattashi Shravanam, right? Adivan Shadagopa Swami's Tirnakshatram?
Purattasi Kete.
Kanya Jeshtavadirnaya, right? So in the month of Kanya, he took when the Jeshta Nakshatram was in ascendance, he, Adivan Shadagopa Swami, did the avatar in this world. So what was 45th Adage Singer's avatar Uthsavam?
Uttratadi
Kartike Uttratadi, fantastic, right? So in the month of Kartike, Uttratadi Nakshatram, our own Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Divya Padagasa, Shivan Shadagopa, Sri Narayana Itindra Mahadeshikan, in his Purvashramam known as Sri Krishnamacharya Swami, he took avataram, right? So that is the day we call it as the Sathumarai day or the grand finale day. And the grand finale day done in two ways in every Dividesam. One way is Perumal will go to that Alvar's place. If there is a Sannadhi, within the temple, say for Swami Desikan or Swami Nammalvar or Swami Ramanuja, that Perumal will go to their Sannadhi, and in that Sannadhi, Perumal will have Tirumanjanam along with that Alvar, that Acharyan, and then they will have in the evening a grand procession in the evening, a grand Porapadu together, Perumal and Alvar or Perumal and Acharya together. They will have a procession in different Dividesam. There is another way of doing it. On the Tirnakshatram day, the Alvar or the Acharyas, they will go to Perumal Sannadhi. The Perumal will not come anywhere. They will go to Perumal Sannadhi and they will have a Utsavam. Both the things are accepted in our Sampradayam. Both the things will happen. In Srirangam, if you go there, Perumal will not come out for any Alvar or the Acharya's Tirnakshatram. Always, the Acharya or the Alvar, whoever has the Tirnakshatram, they will come from their Sannadhi. They will go to Moolavar, that is Lord Ranganatha, and where there is a Santanu Mandapam, right? Santanu Mandapam. In the Santanu Mandapam, they will stay there, and then Perumal will Perumal will bring his Malai and Shishatari, everything. They will be offered to this Alvar or the Acharyas, and then with that, they will have a lot of Santanam, everything. They will give all the sandal and all the honors. And then after that, Alvar will have a beautiful darshanam of Moolavar, Ranganadhar and Uthsava Ranganadhar. They will again go back to their Sannadhi. That is a routine thing in Srirangam. Similarly, in Tiruvallur Dividesam, Perumal will come. Srirangam in Tiruvallur Dividesam, Perumal will come to Acharya Sannadhi and he will do the Sathumarai or the grand finale. In Kanchipuram, in Tupul Desikan Sannadhi, it is a very unique Utsavam. If you never had that opportunity, whenever you go to India after all this Corona and COVID situation is over, you should go at least one time in the month of Purattasi. I know that is a time that normally the schools are open here, but if you happen to be in India during that time, it is just a beautiful occasion. What will happen is, Swami, on that Purattasi Sravanam day, really early morning, there will be, all the people will come to Swami Desikan Sannadhi, and Swami Desikan will actually go to his Avatara Sthala Mandapam. Have you seen that Avatara Sthala Mandapam in Tupul? In Tupul, there is a Mandapam right next to Sannadhi. It is called Avatara Sthala Mandapam, where Swami Desikan was supposed to, their family had a small hut there in that Agraharam, and that place is still there. So now they have built a beautiful Mandapam. It is known as Avatara Sthala Mandapam. It is believed that is where Swami Desikan took Avataram. So in that place, Swami Desikan will go and he will have a little Unjal Dolotsavam there. All those things will be early morning. Around 6:30 or 7 o'clock, what will happen is there will be a golden palanquin. There's a golden pallak will come from where? from Kanchipuram, Devadiraja himself. Devadirajan will tell his Paricharaga, all the Kainkaraya Baras of Devadirajan, they will get a special order from Devadiraja saying that go to Tupul, bring Swami Desikan here. Bring Swami Desikan not just in his own Vahana or in his own Pallakku. Swami Desikan doesn't have a Pallakku. He never had any money or anything. The only dhanam that he ever had was Nasti Pitararjidam Kinjit, Namaya Kinjitarjidam, Astime, Asti Sailagre Vastu. He is the one and only dhanam or the wealth that he ever had was the Asti Sailagre Vastu. He is the one, the Kanjipuram Devadiraja was the one and only dhanam that he had. So he will say, go and take my own golden palanquin. Take the golden palanquin, take the golden pallakku and go to Tupul. Go there with all the chatram, chamaram, everything. All the things that whatever you give me, whatever the things that I will have personally, everything should be given to Swami Desikan. Take everything from my temple and bring Swami Desikan from there. Where? From Tupul. So all the Kainkarya Baras, everybody will come there around morning 7 o'clock. Once they come there, Swami will be on that day, he will be in Anjali Mudra or Anjali Hastam. It's a very unique sevai because Swami, normally how you will see Swami Desikan? You will see with the Sri Kocham, right? Sri Kocham and Jnana Mudra, right? That is how you will see. On the Sri Kocham, because see, whenever we go to Kainkaryam, whenever we do Kainkaryam, what is the occasion for the Kainkaryam, how we do the Kainkaryam, that is what is important. Vibhishana came. Vibhishana was coming to Rama, and Vibhishana came and then he surrendered to Rama. And what did he say? Valmiki said, Utpavada Gadabanir Chadurbihi Sagarakshasaihi. Vibhishana came with the Gadayudam. He had a Gadai in his hand to come to Rama. Are, why do you want to come with a weapon to Rama? You could have just brought some Navanitam, or you could have brought some sweet from your palace that you got kicked out by Ravana. You could have taken some flowers from that place. You didn't bring anything. You just brought a Gadai. The reason is because what is the occasion? There is going to be a war. If there is going to be a war, this is my Kainkaryam. I am going to fight with you, Rama. Swami Desika, for him, nothing important more than preaching Sri Bhashyam. So he is always into Sri Bhashyam, because he was complete. He is not only defending Swami Ramanuja Siddhantam with the Visitadvaita Siddhantam, he has established firmly Swami Ramanuja Siddhantam. So he doesn't have anything else in his focus other than the Sri Bhashyam. So that is why you see Swami Desika not in a posture, Anjali posture. The best Kainkaryam for Swami Desika is to preach Sri Bhashyam. He is always holding Sri Bhashyam in his hand. So that is how Swami Desikan has been, lived in his entire life. And that is how this Vigraham has been established by none other than Kumara Varadacharya himself. Kumara Varadacharya established this Vigraham because that Vigraham has that Sri Bhashyam, because that is what Swami Desikan entire life was doing, right? But on that day, because he is going to worship Devadiraja directly, do Mangala Sasanam directly to Devadiraja, he will have an Anjali Astam. This is all called Ubangangal. Ubangangal means they will have an extra set of hands that they will do in Alankaram, but it will look like as if Swami Desika is ready to actually going there to worship Devadiraja. He will come and you could see on the top a Kridam. This is called Toppaharam. The Kritam is known as, because these are the important things, right? This Kritam is known as Toppaharam. And you see in the Toppaharam, you will see a small golden dollars everywhere. You will see a dollar of Nammalvar. You will see a dollar of Varahamurti. You will see a dollar of Hayagriva. And in the bottom here, what do you see? A dollar of Bhashyakarar. So this Toppaharam is very, very unique to Swami Vedanta Desika in Kanjipuram, Tupul. He will wear that one. The pallak that was sent by Devadiraja himself will come and wait. All the Paricharakas, all the Kainkarya Baras, everybody will come. They will come and tell the Paricharagas of Swami Desika, you should come and do the Mangalasasanam. Swami should come to Devadirajan Sanadi and do the Mangalasasanam. And Swami will immediately get into that and he will start doing the procession morning 7:30, 8 o'clock. Swami will go in a procession, go all the way to Kanchipuram. On his way to Devadirajan Sanadi, he will do Mangalasasanam to Kamasigashtakam Yadottagari Perumal. All the Perumal, whoever is there on their way, he will do a quick Mangalasasanam from outside. He will keep on moving and he will go all the way to Kanchipuram Devadiraja Sanadi. And once he reaches Kanchipuram Devadirajan Sanadi, all the Paricharagas, all the Kainkirya Paras, everybody will come and so joyous that Swami has come there for Mangalasasanam. They will come and give Darshana Tambulam. They will give, like a person, whoever comes there with an Aditi, they will give to Swami, please come and come for the Mangalasasanam. And Swami Desikan will go to every Sanadi. It's a very unique occasion. Swami will go to every Sanadi. Not just like, directly go to only Perumal and Tayar Sanadi and comes back. If you follow Swami Desikan on that day, he will go and show you the entire temple of Kanchipuram. He will go only two times this will happen in a year in Kanchipuram. One time is Swami Desikan, he will go to every Sanadi. The other occasion is Rendam Kapu Utsavam during the Brahmotsavam of Kanchipuram Devadirajan. On the second day of the Brahmotsavam for Devadirajan, if you go there, around what happened was like maybe 100, 150 years back or 200 years back, there was a Muslim invasion. The Muslims invaded Kanchipuram and there was, they have to take Perumal and they have to escape from Muslims and because they don't believe in our Sampradayam. They were trying to just completely, destroy everything. So they took Perumal out of that place and they escaped. And after maybe a year later, things settled down. Our Hindus regained their freedom. So all the Perumals were just coming back to their Sanadi. And what happened? Kanchipuram was also waiting to receive Devadirajan, who just completely went away from Kanchipuram. And that day was the Brahmotsavam start day. What did they do? Oh, Perumal is not there, but Utsavam should not stop. What we should do is, we should have a new Perumal and let us do a Brahmotsavam. Let us start a Brahmotsavam. So they had a new Perumal. That Perumal is called Karimanikka Varadar. That Perumal started having the Brahmotsavam. So in the morning, Dwajaroganam, with that Perumal, Dwajaroganam happened. In the evening, suddenly there was a bunch of Kainkirya Paras are coming back. What happened? The original Perumal, Devadirajan, just came back. And then everybody said, well, in the morning, already the Dwajaroganam happened with that Perumal. And Perumal, the Devadirajan, the original Perumal who came, he said, I am here. So put me another Kankanam on my hand. With that Kankanam, I will go around to every place to announce that I have come back. So the Utsavam is going to happen right in front of me. That is why it's called Rendam Kapu. Morning one Raksha Bandhanam already happened for another Perumal, but for the original Perumal, when he came, they put another Kankanam for Perumal. They did that Utsavam. So even today to remember that Perumal just came and he took care of his Utsavam. They do that Rendam Kapu Utsavam even today. And Perumal will go to every place, almost every place, including Tirumadapalli Nachiyar Sanadi Udpada, everywhere he will go. So Desikan also will go everywhere and then he will do Mangalasasanam and then he'll go all the way to the 24 steps, signifies the Gayatri Mantram, and he will go all the way there and he will do the Mangalasasanam of Devadirajan. And when you see Swami Desikan, Swami Desikan in this Vigraham, you will see a small dots of sweat because that place is with so many people. There's no lot of air circulation or anything in that Sanadi. Even today, in this Tirumeni, you will see a small dots of water. Sweating is just inside the Sannadhi, because so many people were there, so many people were just keep coming and having darshan of Devadiraja and Swami Desikan. You could see that sweat even today on this Tirumeni when you go to Kanchipuram. It's just a beautiful occasion. Perumal will have, and then Swami Desikan and then Perumal will come together. I want to show you a video, which is really, really a beautiful video of Swami Desikan's Mangala Sasram, and let's just do that one. And then we will go to the important Uthsavam, the Adhyayana Utsavam. Okay? Give me a second. Okay, wait. Let me just go here. I'm going to stop sharing, and now I'm going to share screen. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to share the sound also. This is Perumal and Swami Desikan. They are coming together from Malai. That is, the Malai is a little, from upstairs, right? So you have to have a stairs. I'm sure you would have been to Kanchipuram. You remember that. And Perumal and Swami Desikan are coming back into the main Abhishek Mandapam area. That is the scene. Let us just watch for a few minutes. It's just beautiful occasion.
இந்த வியூ பாருங்க, கிழக்கு கோபுரம், குடை, மக்கள், பெருமாள், தேசிகர். இந்த வியூ பாருங்க, கிழக்கு கோபுரம், குடை, மக்கள், பெருமாள், தேசிகர். Hi friends, நான் உங்க கணேஷ் ராகவ் and நவீன்.
You can see, guys, from here, Perumal has kodai, whereas Swami doesn't have any kodai because he doesn't like anything. Everything is offered to Perumal. Swami Desikan here, he's more like a Sevarti, right? He's more like a Sevarti. He's following Perumal, and Perumal is coming all the way from there. And look at that. Look what happened to Swami Desikan. Now he is turning around. He will let Perumal to go first, so that he can have the back side, the back alankaram of Swami of Devadiraja. He will see, he will go forward now. At some point he will turn around so that he can have not only the front alankaram, also the back alankaram of Devadiraja. Perumal is having Chauri Kondai. Like Krishna is having a Chauri Kondai, and with the peacock feather, he looks like a Krishna. Karigiriyin mel nindru anaithulagum kannan kaakindran. So he is always like a Krishna, right? So Swami Desikan enjoys him as Krishna. So that is how he will have with the Chauri and everything. And Perumal is just having a beautiful, giving a darshanam to Swami Desikan. And from Swami Desikan's perspective, we can also see Perumal. And you could see none of the chamarams or anything not given to Swami Desika, only given to Perumal. Because here Swami Desikan is a devotee. Like any other devotee, is enjoying Perumal. Perumal will come very slowly in the evening. You could see that the lighting has gone down. And because that they have that Petromax lights are coming everywhere, because the light is just going in. You could see it's a little bit getting like 6 o'clock in the evening, right?
சேவிச்சபடியே தேசிகர் வந்துட்டு இருக்காரு friends.
Sorry, suddenly there was an advertisement. Give me a second. I just wanted to. Give me a second.
We can't see the video.
I'm showing the video now.
Oh, now.
So this is the really a grand finale. What's going to happen now is this is called Pushpa Vrishti. Like Perumal is saying, you are the one who has salvaged Swami Bhashyakara Sampradayam, who has re-established Swami Bhashyakara Sampradayam. I gave 6 words to, remember the 6 sentences I gave it to Bhashyakara? All those things have been established by you. And because of that, I'm going to make all the people to shower flower petals on you. This is called Pushpa Vrishti. Very unique Uthsavam right in front of Perumal. That Swami, a very humble devotee of Devadirajan, has been crowned as the chief propagator of Swami Bhashyakara. You know, what a great honor for Swami Desikan. And this is Devadiraja's a personal gift to Swami Desikan, and just watch the Pushpa Vrishti, and then we'll go to the next Uthsavam.
Hi, it's Sam Barker here from the Motley Fool. Behind me is Landmark Mall.
So I'm just going to go back here. So after this Pushpa Vrishti, Swami Desikan will go slowly and he will do Mangalasasanam to Chakratalvar Sanadi, and after Chakratalvar Sanadi he will go to Nammalvar Sanadi, and all the Alvar Sanadi on the side he will do Mangalasasanam, and then eventually Swami will go back to Tupul. So that whole day Uthsavam, morning 7 o'clock to evening 9 o'clock, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, whole day. It's just so back to back. So many things were happening. So if you ever go to see Kanjipuram during Kanya Shravanam, go there and be a part of that. It's just a beautiful experience. Swami will have such a beautiful experience with Swami Desikan's perspective, how Swami is enjoying. Everywhere you go, there's a slokam that was done by Swami Desikan for that deity. When you go to Hanuman Sanadhi also, Swami has done a Mangalasasanam, and the slokam that they will recite is Tarbodhakrada Chendriyanana Naktanjara Tishtati. The Shlokam Swami Desikan says in Sankalpa Suryodayam, and he says Anumat Samena Guruna. Anuman is like an Acharyan for us, and though all the Shlokams will be recited, it's a beautiful experience. So when you have time, when you have the occasion, you should go to Kanchipuram and have the Utsavam of enjoy the Utsavam of Swami Desikan Mangala Sasanam. Okay, with that we will quickly go to the Utsavam that is going on now. What is that Utsavam? Thiru Adhyayana Utsavam, right? Thiru Adhyayana Utsavam. Let us talk about Thiru Adhyayana Utsavam, when it started, and that Thiru Adhyayana Utsavam. Thiru Adhyayana Utsavam. Adhyayana means what? To learn. Adhyayana means to learn. What is to learn? They were learning everything. They were learning with Vedas, and that's what they were learning for a long time. So during the Adhyayana Utsavam, when Ranganatha, it was happening in Sri Rangam. In Ranganatha will listen to all the Vedas, all the 4 Vedas he will listen, because there were Vedic Pandits and they will recite Vedas, and it will always start in the month of Dhanur. The month of Dhanur, this is the Dhanur Masam, right? Early morning time for Devatas, because Devatas, our 365 days is equivalent to 1 day for Devatas, and our Uttarayana Kalam is the daytime for Devatas. Dakshinayana Kalam supposed to be the night time. The early morning time is actually this month. That is the Margari month or the Margasira month. That is why, like Devatas, how they get up very early in the morning and go and do worship Embaraman, Perumal. We are also getting very early in the morning. Along with Devatas, we also go and worship Perumal. That's why we get up early morning and do the Tiruvaradhanam for Perumal, right? So during this month, there always a tradition of reciting Vedas. All the Vedas will be recited for Lord Ranganatha. And one year, what happened? Tirumangayalvar was there, and at that time he just completely rebuilt the corridor or the prakaram of Perumal, right? There is an Alinadan Tirichutru. Alinadan Tirichutru is the 4th Tirichutru of Sri Rangam. So he rebuilt the whole place. Of course, Tirumangayalvar himself, a great devotee. He was he has sung so many prabandhams in praise of Perumal. So Ranganatha said, Tirumangayalvar, I am so happy with you. I want to give you a gift. Ask me any gift. And you may ask me this, Mama, how is this possible? Perumal is talking to Alvar. Perumal not only will talk to Alvar, Perumal will talk to you. Perumal will talk to me. Perumal will talk to anybody. Only thing is that we should know the language of Perumal. Oh, Mama, if that is the reason, tell us which language. Is it Sanskrit? Is it Tamil? Is it Telugu? Is it Kannada? Which language is that? It is a language of devotion. It is a language of pure love. When you start crying and then looking at Perumal, I want to come and hug you, Krishna. Krishna will start talking to you, right? That's how it is done, right? When you have that pure devotion, he will start talking to you. So Alvar, Perumal said, I want to give you a gift. Then Tirumangayalvar said, well, if you want to give me a gift, the best gift for me is you should listen to the Nammalvar's Prabandham also, along with this, all the Vedas, you should listen to Nammalvar's Prabandhams. Yeah, that is fine. Please recite Thiruvaimozhi, that is Nammalvar's Prabandham during this time. And then he said, not only that, what you should do is, you should give a special appearance, a special sevai for Nammalvar. Okay, I will give a special sevai for Nammalvar. How do you want me to come? Well, I will go and bring the Vigraham of Nammalvar in Alvar Tirunagari. Alvar Tirunagari is south of Sri Rangam, right? He will go all the way to from Sri Rangam. Tirumangayalvar said, I will go and bring Nammalvar from there. And for that Nammalvar, you should give a special darshanam and you should listen to Nammalvar's Prabandham. He said, I will do that. And you know what I will do? Come to my 1000 pillar mandapam, Ayiram Kal Mandapam, 1000 pillar mandapam. Okay, here is a trivia. Does that have really 1000 pillars in Sri Rangam?
Yeah.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
it has 953 pillars actually. To be precise, it is not Ayirangal Mandapam. It has only 953 pillars are there. So for 1008, how many more are missing? 55. I've already done the math. So before I come to the class, right? So the 55 ones are done every year. They will erect those things. When you go to the Ayirangal Mandapam, you will see the pandal, right? They put all this wooden what do you call the columns, wooden columns, and then they build a mandapam right in front of you. That is called a pandal. That pandal will be built every year with exactly 55 calls. 55 pillars will be there in that one. So 55 plus 953 together, it will be 1008. Why do they do that one? They could have just built that one to 1008, right? Right? They could have done that one. Why did they make this one so complicated?
Is it because we do 1008 Gayatri Japam?
Yeah, 1008 is okay. 1008 Gayatri Japam is okay. But they could have just done known as 1008 straight away with a stone pillar, right?
Yeah.
Why they didn't build that 1008 to a stone pillar? Instead of they made only 953. Perumal has, just now I remember, I mentioned this. Perumal has two things. One is called Nitya Vibhuti. Another one is called Leela Vibhuti. Nitya Vibhuti is always eternal, permanently there. And that is why that the 953 is known as Nitya Vibhuti. The Leela Vibhuti is one. He will create and then sometime it will be there and then he will take them back and then he will just bring it back. He will do all kinds of things with that one. We are all in Leela Vibhuti, right? Vibhuti means wealth. Vibhuti means wealth. So Nitya Vibhuti, Leela Vibhuti means Leela Vibhuti is just for the playful things. We are all in this earth and other things are all part of Leela Vibhuti. So Bhagavan, like how Bhagavan creates Nitya Vibhuti, Bhagavan has both Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. Ranganatha also has Nitya Vibhuti, that is the 1000 pillars mandapam with 953, 55 pillars will be erected every year. And once the Utsavam is done, they'll be all taken out and will go for recycling and they will come back again next year. So that is how Perumal was doing. So that is the significance of that. Perumal told Tirumangayalvar, come to the Ayirangal Mandapam and I will give a special darshan for Nammalvar. So Tirumangayalvar, on his birthday, he started traveling towards Alvar Tirunagari. Alvar Tirunagari is in Tirunelveli district in Tamil Nadu, right? He traveled all the way there and brought the Vigraham of Alvar. Nammalvar, he will come and travel back. Alvar will be, the Nammalvar Vigraham will be kept in a nice palanquin. There's a nice pallaki. He will come and then he will just come all the way to Srirangam and they will have a Utsavam. This was going on for a long time. During the time of Tirumangayalvar, this was the regular event. Every year they will do it. That is how the Adhyayana Utsavam started. And then later what happened? It is very difficult to just bring that Alvar all the way to Alvar Tirunagari to Srirangam. They decided to have a Vigraham, a new Vigraham in Srirangam itself. So they established that Vigraham in Srirangam. And then later in Nathamunigal times, Nathamunigal came and he brought all the Nalayana Divya Prabandhams, right? And then he said, you know what? If Nammalvar's Pasarams are going to be recited for 10 days, 10 days before that, let us recite all others Alvar's Pasarams. So he created into a classification. One is called Pagal Patte. The next one is called Ira Patte. Pagal Patte means, Pagal means what? Daytime, right? 10 days during the daytimes, Ra Patte, 10 days during night time. So you have 10 days Utsavam during the daytime, 10 days Utsavam in the night time. Daytime Utsavam, all the Alvar's Prabandhams will be recited. Night time, only Nammalvar's Prabandham, Thiruvaimozhi will be recited for 10 days. That is how the Pagal Patte, Ra Patte has started. In those days, Nathamuni was a genius in making Raham or the every was put to a tune. everything was put a tune and musical, melodiously. He made a beautiful melody out of every pasuram. So he divided this entire Nalayira Divya Prabandham into two. One is called Isaipa, another one is called Iyarpa. The Isaipa and Iyarpa are the two divisions. Iyarpa means anybody can recite. Like how I am talking, we can all say that one. That is called Iyarpa. The one is called sung with music and melody is known as Isaipa. So the 20 days normally done with the set of people, they are known as Arayars. Arayars are the people. Arayar Sevai means Arayar means Raja, the king. King is known as Arayar. So they will have a little like a kridam kind of thing, and they will go in front of Perumal and they will do a talam and they will do a recitation, and they will do it with music and melody. You know, it used to be the time for every Dividesam, but it is now reduced to only 3 places. Only the Arayar Seva is done only in 3 Dividesams. Anybody can guess? One is Sri Rangam. I already told you. That is what?
Okay, I don't think.
Yeah. No, Melkote also they are doing only with the like us, you know, like regular people.
Kanjipuram.
No, Kanjipuram is not.
Okay, can I say it?
Try.
I already know. Okay. I know Arvarthiranagari is one of them.
Yes, yes, excellent, Raman, excellent. He is right. Arvarthiranagari is one of them. Okay, and then what's the third Dividesam? Okay, good. 3. So Srivilliputturu, Srirangam, Srivilliputturu, and Alvathinagiri are the three Dividesam. Fantastic. You guys know everything. So these are the 3 places where still they are doing Arayar Sevai. So Arayars will come and they will sing melodiously the whole thing, and they will also dance, choreograph, and they will come and actually explain each and every pasuram. They will do it in a very nice, it's completely choreographed, so that right in front of Perumal they will do the Arayar Sevai. And that is how the Adhyayana Uthsavam started. And then the last day it's known as Iyalpa. Iyalpa is the one that is like all of us can recite. We don't need to have a special training or anything, because to be a musician, you have to have a special training, right? You need to go through a guru and you need to learn the ragas. You need to sing it nicely, again and again practice, right? All those things. That is not necessary for the Iyalpa. If you just memorize it, ready to recite it back, that's all, it's enough. So that is why the Iyalpa came a little bit later. And Kumara Varadacharya, Swami Desikan's son, he added one more day, and that is known as Desika Prabandham Day. On the day after the Iyalpa Uthsavam, it has been Desika Prabandham that will be recited throughout, all the Divyadesams. That is the Kramam. So during this Adhyayana Uthsavam, there are several things happen, especially in Sri Rangam. I want to show you 2 things, and with that we will conclude today's session. It's 2:56 time, so can we take more than like maybe another 10 minutes? Is it okay? Okay, good. 10 minutes. Okay, I'll let you guys go like 3 or 5. How about that? Okay, the first one is Sri Rangam. There is a Uthsavam. We talked about this Uthsavam last time, the Vedupari Uthsavam, right? Here, that same Vedupari Uthsavam is enacted now on the, I think, 8th day of the Rapattu Uthsavam. 8th day of Rapattu Uthsavam, this Vedupari Uthsavam will be enacted for Thirumangai Alvar. I want to show you how they do it. It's just beautiful. This year, unfortunately, we will not have that kind of Uthsavam, because everything is, COVID situation has changed everything. But let us enjoy the one that was happened last year, couple of years back. Give me a second. Let me just pull that video. Vedupari Uthsavam. We'll have like few minutes of that. Yes. This is 2018, guys. Can you see the Arayar here? Arayar Swami is right here. In the kind of there's a light. You could see a person with a creedam, right? That is Arayar Swami. He just finished his explanation of the Pasurams. This Gudra Vaganam is a brand new Gudra Vaganam that was offered in 2018. I think in 2016, when I went there, I saw this Gudra Vaganam they were making. I met the Stapati also. He was very proud that he is going to make this new Gudra Vaganam for Perumal, Namperumal. The Archaka Swami is the one who is holding the Sengol. The Sengol is the big stick. You see the golden stick? He is an Archaka. Only an Archaka can touch Perumal's Avaranam. He is an Archaka and he is holding in representation of Perumal. He is having that Sengol. Sengol is the one. Sengoludaya Thiruvaranga Chelvana always takes that little stick with him wherever. It's like a walking stick for him. Perumal always goes out with that. And this one will happen. This entire Utsavam will happen. Do you know where? You go to Srirangam, you come out of Chandra Pushkarani, and you will see a big corridor there, right? Right in the Chandra Pushkarani, there is a big corridor right in front of Ramar Sanadi. That Chandra Pushkarani, there is a Ramar Sanadi. Right in front of that, there's a huge corridor, open space. That is where this whole Utsavam will happen. Okay, that is where it will all be enacted. And you could see how many people were waiting here. That is Ramar Sanadi. You could see so many thousands of people are waiting there. Such a beautiful occasion. Look at that. You know, Tirumangayalvar took all the Thiruvabaranams, right? So Perumal is just looking for his Thiruvabaranams. He is frantically, where did I can I get this Thiruvabaranam? Can I get this one? And he is just looking for his Thiruvabaranams. That's why he's going back and forth, back and forth. That is the Utsavam that they are doing it now. during the Acharya Day Uthsavam, we used to enact this one for our Kannan, right? Sorry. He's going in rounds, looking for the Thiruvaparanam, going in the sideways, going straight. He's trying to get all the Thiruvaparanam that he just lost. Perumal doesn't know who is Kaliyan. Kaliyan means a strong man, right? He has already taken everything. So clearly shows that when Perumal gives something, okay, with Tirumangayalvar also, he only decided to give, right? When Perumal gives something to his devotees, even he himself cannot take it back. He wouldn't take it back, definitely, but he just shows everybody, nobody can touch when I give you something, guys. That's what Perumal is telling us. He's in a new Kudara Vaganam, going here and there frantically looking for all the Thiruvaparanams he lost. So that is the 7th day of Utsavam in Srirangam. I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to stop sharing it. Okay. So once that Utsavam is done, I want to show you another 2 minutes. I'm going to show you the last day of Utsavam is known as Nammalvar Moksham. What happens? Nammalvar decides to go back to Paramapadam, right? That is the Utsavam. Even in Dolai Kannan, with Dolai Kannan also we have done this one before. Slowly Perumal Alvar will go and he will prostrate to Perumal, and then Perumal said, okay, you come back to me because you are so dear to me. You should come back to me in Paramapadam. And then we all go and plead with Perumal, say, no, please give us Alvar back. And that the whole thing is known as Nammalvar Moksham, right? I want to show you one piece of video from Srirangam again. Let's just go to that for a second. It's just beautiful. I am going to show that one. Give me a second. Srirangam Nammalvar Moksham. Okay. Let's go. Share the screen. Look at the smiley face, guys. Look at the smiley face. This is the same Perumal worshipped by Lord Rama. This is the same Perumal worshipped by Dasaratha. This is the same Perumal worshipped by all the previous kings of Ayodhya. And then Vibhishana. And from Vibhishana onwards, he came to Srirangam. And then from Srirangam, so many acharyas. Every acharya from Nadamunigal, from Nammalvar to Nadamunigal to Swami Bhashikar to Swami Vedanta Deshika, later acharyas, everybody thought the one and only purpose of our life is go to worship this Perumal, such a old Tirumeni. That's a old Vigraham of this Perumal who came in the Kritayugam, still there in all the lineages. That same Perumal is right in front of us, Lord Ranganatha, and he is known as Kasturi Ranga. The tilakam that he is having is known as a Kasturi, and he is having that Kasturi in his forehead, and you could see that blue color, the stone is called a Nilanayaka Padakam, and on both sides he is having a beautiful garland made up of Vrikshi. The red color flowers are known as Vrikshi, very unique to the Kaveri Delta area. That same Perumal worshipped by Lord Rama is right in front of us because of the latest technology. We were able to see such a close-up look of Perumal. Watch him, and it's going to take another 3 or 4 minutes, and I will conclude this session. Nilanayaka Padakam. You see the Nilanayaka Padakam? There is no value to this because anything that is with Perumal, no value. He is showing Anjal Anjalan Alikka Vendam Achyuda. He is showing, do not worry, I am always there. And you could see now the Tiruvadi. Under the Tiruvadi, you will see there are 2 Padugas. The Padugas are there. The same Paduga Swami Desikan sang 1008 shlokas on one night. That same Paduga is right here in front of us, right? So now let's watch the Nammalvar's moksham. The Archaka Swamis are getting ready the vastrams. These are the vastrams they will actually put on themselves, so that their breath will not be on Alvar. Look at that. All the Archakas are having that vastrams on there, so that, and then Nammalvar is coming all the way with all the three Archakas are holding Nammalvar. He is coming slowly, and then he will come closer to Ranganatha. I'm going to go a little bit fast here because I know it's getting late for you guys. So coming slowly, Alvar is coming all the way. He is having 12 Tirumans, and with that he is coming, and then he is going to prostrate to Perumal, doing Sharanagati, and then Perumal is going to give him, you did Sharanagati, here is the moksham. All the Archakas are bringing Nammalvar now. They are all, if you see, they are all covered with the Perumal's vastram. And the Arayar Swamis are on the side. They are, reciting the Prabandhams of Alvar. Survisum Panimugil Turiyam Murakina, Ardirai Alegadal Kayad Tadina. All the pasurams they were reciting, and they are, while Alvar Arayars are reciting, one last time Nammalvar's with Divya Vigraham has been shown to all the devotees. And on behalf of all the devotees, the Archakas are taking Alvar and showing how to do Sharanagati. Sharanagati doesn't mean you just need to have the knowledge. You should go and prostrate in front of him. You should put your body and you should go and do the Sharanagati in front of Perumal. That's what Alvar is showing now. They put the Alvar right in Tiruvadi's, Perumal's Tiruvadi, and they are going to completely pour him with Tulasi, with the Tiruthurai, and with that they will start putting slowly they will start putting Arvas, and there you go, and they will start putting the Tiruthurai for Perumal, for Alvar. Two more minutes. Look at that. They are bringing the Tiruthurai. Alvars are, look at that. Arayars are reciting the Prabandhams. While doing that, all the Tiruthurai has been offered to Alvar. They will cover that entire Alvar with the Tiruthurai. The Utsavam will start on the previous day. Whole night people will not sleep, and the Utsavam will continue for the next day. Early morning, this Utsavam will be there. And then after that, Arayars will ask for Alvar back. And then the Perumal, again, all the Archakas will take the Perumal back to the Swasthanam of Alvar. Look at that. Alvar will have the Malay of Perumal. And see what happens after that. With that, we will conclude it. Aha! That Kasturi will be taken and it will be given to Alvar. That is the significance. Perumal takes his Kasturi and he will take the Kasturi and then he will put it on the forehead of Nammalvar. And when Alvar comes back, you will see that Kasturi on Nammalvar's Tiruneti. I'm just going forwarding so that we can conclude this session. Look at the Kasturi. You see the Kasturi? Yes. So that is the prasadam for Perumal with all the garland and everything. Namperumal put back to Nammalvar and tells everybody, you go back to the world and continue to preach everybody the idea of Sharanagati, how to do Sharanagati, go and preach. And that's why Alvar came back. And for all of us, you may ask me, well, if Mama, Alvar is known only in Tamil Nadu, right? How can you say that he is going to preach it for everywhere? Wherever there is a Vishnu Devalaya, wherever there is a Vigraham of Perumal, what do? They have a Shatari. The Shatari is the one that has been given on our forehead, right? That Shatari is the Nammalvar. So in one way or other, whether you know the language or you don't know the language, still you will have Shatari on the forehead. With that grace, we will all become a prapanna. A person becomes, getting into prapatti, and one day Perumal will also take us with our acharyans. So that is the idea. And you can see Namperumal is so happy that Nammalvar has gone back to the earth again, the worldly place, and he's continued to do the I'm going to stop sharing. Continue to do the idea of prapatti to everybody. So we have covered a lot of Uthsavams. Again and again, only one thing I want to mention. That is, there was a story when Nadadur Ammal was actually offering milk to Perumal. He would put his finger to make sure the milk is warm enough. It is not too hot. It is not like why they tell all those stories. The reason is, when you have a Perumal in front of you, it is not a Vigraham, it is not an idol, it is not a thing done in metal. It is actual deity. It is actual Perumal. So that you start loving that Perumal. You always think that Perumal is ever going to be with you. So with that, I will conclude this. Anytime you think Perumal is somewhere in the heaven or in Paramapadam, don't think that. Perumal is always with us, and he is always going to be with us, like in form, in a form that we could all see, we could all enjoy. That is why whenever you go to India, whenever you have time, you can have, tell your parents to take you to those Divya Desams and those places during these occasions, so that you can enjoy Perumal in different times and different places. Kavitargya Simmaya Kalyana Gunasaline Simate Venkadesai Vedanta Gurave Namaga Vadidvibachirobanga Panchana Parakama Shiman Venkadanathari Charam Vijayadambuvi Sirama Siddhana Dharana Advisho. Thank you all. Sorry,